Okay, colleagues, good morning, still morning. If you don't mind, I'll speak English because I prepared it in English. I have changed a little bit the title because, you know, the first intention was to prepare a workshop and the time limit was 45 minutes. But then by the organizers, we were kindly requested to cut it short and to turn into a session presentation format, which is 15, 20 minutes maximum. And the title, which you can read in the program, sounds too general. I try to make it a little bit more specific. So, blended learning was designed for the particular ESAP context. So, at the moment, I'm teaching EAP and ESP, and the combination of both to the students of mathematics, mechanics, and computer science faculty in Southern Federal University. And you know, the blended learning has become recently a kind of a catchphrase, a buzzword. So everybody, I mean, the educators, the specialists in education in general, and in ALT in particular, speak about its great potential for education. And in this very short presentation, I will try to give a very brief overview of what blended learning is. Then I will introduce, again very briefly, this traditional print course book, which is now a major learning resource in the EFL syllabus at physics faculty in our university. It was also developed, created by the colleagues from my department, including me. And I will introduce the online resource which supplements the traditional print book. And hopefully you will have a chance to see its functionality, how it works, because it's an open source free online resource on the side of my department. And probably if it's not in terms of content, I mean ESP content is not particularly useful for you personally, maybe you will share the information with the colleagues from other departments. Yeah? So, and again, if we have time, we'll have a very quick look at the advantages and disadvantages of blended learning. So, what is blended learning? As the colleague has already mentioned, there's still no ultimate or, I don't know, ideal definition for this term. And now I suggest that we look at some definitions, and this particular book, the Handbook of Blended Learning, Global Perspective, Local Designs by Curtis Bong and Charles Gray, is very often referred to in the publications on the subject. And in this book, they define blended learning as learning systems that combine face-to-face instruction with computer-mediated instruction. Another definition by Gavin Dudney and Nikki Hockley sounds like this. Blended learning is a mixture of online and face-to-face delivery. And they put online first and then face-to-face delivery. So if we have a look at these two, what is similar in definition? Certainly this face-to-face instruction, face-to-face delivery, right? So, but how about computer-mediated instruction and online delivery? Does that necessarily mean the same? There is some contradiction and confusion here, because computer-mediated instruction doesn't necessarily mean online, it can be offline, right? So if we have again take a very quick look at some other definitions, you know, there is a big variety of them. So again, integration, face-to-face, online approaches and techniques. Another one, which is a bit too long and too wordy, and oops, no, it doesn't want to move. Blended learning and blah blah blah. But still, even if we read it attentively several times, we will see that still it's an education approach which combines in part online delivery of content and instruction with, this sounds to me a little bit too confusing, and in part at a supervised brick and mortar location away from home. Supervised means face-to-face, our traditional classroom-based learning so dear to our hearts, right? And I'm sure it will be the major mode of instruction in the near future. Again, but even if we compare only these four, we can see that there is a little bit of kind of ambiguity and contradiction and confusion, even in these four. To make things even worse, one can come across a variety of other terms which are used very often interchangeably in the publications, in the papers on the subject. Blended learning, hybrid learning, technology-mediated instruction, web-enhanced instruction, mixed-mode instruction, and it all makes kind of this word cloud, which can be also made using some of the Web 2 tools, right? So, but it's not the purpose of my today's presentation to speak in detail about each of the possible terms and the possible differences. I think that the idea and the meaning and the mission of blended learning can be formulated as follows. It's an approach to course design, to the instruction course design, which combines the best features of both strategies, face-to-face learning strategy and online learning strategy. And its aim is to combine these two strategies in such a way that they maximize these positive features and create the innovative and effective learning experience for our students. Having this in mind and admitting the great potential of blended learning actually inspired me to try and create the online resource for the particular context, for the particular print coursebook which we use at our department, which is the major coursebook of EFL syllabus at physics faculty, as I have already said. And now I'm not going to speak in detail about this coursebook. By the way, it's still a kind of a trial copy, it's a piloting copy. Our university is planning, the publishers, Southern Federal University Publishing House is planning to publish it in 2014. But the story started quite long ago. It was 2004, and within the project called eSpace, which was a national project, and under the leadership of St. Petersburg State University and Associate Professor Ludmila Kuznetsova, and produced this online course. Not totally me in terms of programming thing of the product, but the content, the tasks, the taxonomy of the tasks. It's like building on historic success, the endless universe for astrophysicists, afraid of the nano world, nanotechnology, not the buzzword, but in another field of education, right? Physics plus other sciences, the importance of interdisciplinary research. Can physics help save the world, global issues, environmental issues, and the potential of physics in this field? But the problem of teachers, English teachers or language teachers, foreign language teachers, who work with non-linguists is that there is this desperate shortage of academic hours, desperate shortage of time for classroom-based learning, right? Like in our university, students, undergraduate and graduate students in sciences specialties would have from 2 to 4 academic hours per week, which is really very little. And now I suggest that if you turn to the machines, or it will take me some time to